Remember when reality TV reunions were just cast members rehashing old arguments and shedding a few tears? Well, Love is Blind took that formula and cranked it up to 11. These reunions have become must-see TV events, packed with jaw-dropping moments, unexpected face-offs, and enough gossip to keep us talking for weeks. But here's the thing, all this drama is changing how we watch reality TV. It's like once you have seen a Love is Blind reunion, you start noticing all the little tensions and unspoken conflicts in other shows. You'll be picking up on things you never noticed before, like you have suddenly developed a sixth sense for reality TV drama. And trust me, once you start seeing it, you won't be able to stop. Okay, let's talk about the messy love triangle that kicked off all the conflict in Love is Blind reunions. Remember Jessica, Amber, and Barnett from season 1? That situation set the stage for some serious tension in future seasons. So picture this, Jessica's in the pods, thinking she's got this amazing connection with Barnett. She's probably already planning their wedding in her head. The plot twist, Barnett goes and chooses Amber instead. You would think Jessica would just move on, right? Especially since she got engaged to Mark, but nope, this girl just couldn't let it go. Fast forward to the beach in Mexico, and Jessica's still trying to make something happen with Barnett. She's flirting with him right in front of Amber. I mean, we have all had crushes, but come on, Jessica. Amber's standing right there, probably imagining all the ways she could push Jessica into the ocean. But here's where it gets really juicy. Amber doesn't lose it on the beach. Oh no, she waits. She bides her time. She lets all that anger simmer until the reunion. And when she finally lets loose, it's like an explosion of emotions all over that reunion stage. You can feel the tension building as Amber starts talking. Everyone's shifting in their seats, wondering if this is finally the moment, and then bam! Amber drops the bomb we have all been waiting for. She looks Jessica dead in the eye and says, "Bitch, you are shiesty. You are so fake. Coming to my face like we were cool, you are so fake." I swear you could hear jaws dropping all across America. This wasn't some polite disagreement or a little bit of shade. This was a full-on, no-holds-barred call-out. Amber wasn't playing around, and she made sure everyone knew it. And you know what? That moment changed everything. It set the tone for all the Love is Blind reunions to come. Suddenly, these weren't just boring wrap-up sessions where everyone pretended to be best friends. They became battlegrounds where all the hidden resentments came spilling out. After Amber's iconic takedown, everyone realized that the reunions were where the real action happened. No more holding back, no more playing nice for the cameras. If you had beef with someone, the reunion was where you aired it all out. So next time you are watching a Love is Blind reunion and things start getting wild, just remember, we have Jessica, Amber, and Barnett to thank for it all. They showed us that sometimes the most interesting part of love isn't the falling in, but the messy, dramatic falling out. And honestly, we wouldn't have it any other way. Just when you thought Love is Blind couldn't surprise you anymore, Trevor from season 6 came along and proved us all wrong. Remember him? The sweet, charming guy who got dumped by Chelsea? Well, turns out there was a lot more to his story than we knew. So that we were feeling bad for Trevor, thinking he was just another unlucky in love contestant. Then bam, a woman shows up on social media claiming to be his girlfriend. And not just a girlfriend. She said they were together before, during, and after the show. Can you believe it? But hold on, it gets even better. This mystery woman revealed all the details, saying she even helped Trevor get cast on Love is Blind. Talk about a plot twist. Everyone started questioning if Trevor was just there for his moment in the spotlight. Nick and Vanessa Lachey, being the hosts they are, weren't about to let this slide. At the reunion, they went full-on investigator mode on Trevor. Picture this, Trevor sitting there as Nick and Vanessa start pulling out evidence. They had screenshots, people. Those messages were up on the big screen for everyone to see. The host started reading out those messages, and you could see Trevor's face just change. It's one thing to try and explain away a rumor, but it's something else when your own words are staring you in the face for all to see. And the other cast members, they were shocked. You could see the disappointment written all over their faces. It's like they were all thinking, we shared our deepest secrets in those pods, and this is what you do? Trevor tried to explain himself, but really, what could he say? There's no good way to spin that story. He went from being the sweet, sympathetic guy to the center of a major controversy in no time flat. The fans were furious, feeling like they would have been deceived. It just shows you never really know what's happening behind the scenes in reality TV. Sometimes the person you least expect turns out to have the biggest secrets. And on Love is Blind, those secrets always seem to come out in the most dramatic way possible. If you thought the Trevor conflict was juicy, get ready for a reunion fight that went way off the rails. Remember Jackie and Marshall from season 4? Their breakup on the show was messy, but what happened at the reunion? It was absolutely wild. Jackie and Marshall agreed to have a private chat at the reunion to clear the air. Sounds reasonable, right? Well, that plan fell apart faster than you can say. I don't. What started as a calm conversation turned into a full-on verbal brawl. Marshall came in hot, accusing Jackie of cheating on him with Josh. Can you believe it? Jackie wasn't having it. She fired back, calling Marshall manipulative and controlling. Talk about airing all the dirty laundry. The tension in that room was unreal. You could feel the anger and hurt coming through the screen. It was like watching a car crash. You want to look away, but you just can't. Things got so intense that the producers had to step in. When the people who create conflict for a living think things have gone too far, you know it's bad. They probably thought they were signing up for a reality show, not a shouting match. But here's the kicker. Jackie had enough and stormed off the set. She was done, finished, over it. She refused to film anymore. Can you imagine being so upset that you are willing to break your contract on national TV? That's next level. The other cast members were stunned. They have seen their share of arguments, but this was something else. It's like they were caught in the middle of an emotional hurricane. And you know what makes it even messier? Jackie swears she didn't cheat on Marshall. She says she broke up with him before anything happened with Josh. But Marshall clearly doesn't see it that way. He looked totally crushed, like someone had just shattered his heart into a million pieces. It just goes to show that sometimes love really is blind. Blind to red flags, blind to incompatibility, and definitely blind to the explosive confrontations waiting to happen at the reunion. These two went from planning a future together to not even being able to sit in the same room. Just when you thought the Love is Blind tension was all about the contestants, Nick and Vanessa Lachey turned up the heat. These hosts weren't content with just asking boring questions and looking pretty. They came ready to stir things up, and Shake from season 2 ended up in their crosshairs. Here's the deal. Shake had been making insensitive comments about women's appearances all season. At the reunion, Vanessa decided she would had enough. She confronted Shake head-on, calling him out for his shallow behavior. The other contestants were nodding along, probably thinking finally, someone's saying what we have all been thinking. But Shake wasn't about to back down. He kept defending himself, saying physical attraction matters. Okay, we get it. But Vanessa wasn't buying his excuses. She kept pressing him, and that's when Shake made a huge mistake. Out of nowhere, he said, "Every woman here is beautiful. I think you are all beautiful. I am not attracted to all of you. Unfortunately, the only one I am attracted to is Vanessa, and I wish I wasn't. Can you believe this guy? He's sitting there, surrounded by women. He's insultive all season, and he hits on the host in front of her husband. It's like he was trying to win a prize for being the most clueless person on reality TV. Nick Lachey, who had been pretty quiet until then, jumped in to defend his wife. He told Shake he doesn't know how to treat people, saying, "No, you treat animals. We are human beings. There's a big difference." Ouch. Nick wasn't holding back. The whole cast backed up the Lacheys. They were all fed up with Shake's behavior. I even suggested Shake should see a psychologist to deal with his issues. Talk about a burn. By the end, Shake was totally isolated. The hosts were done with him. The cast was done with him. And you know the viewers at home were probably yelling at their TVs. His attempt to be the bad boy of Love is Blind completely backfired. So next time you are watching a reality show reunion and think the hosts are just there to look pretty, remember Nick and Vanessa Lachey. They show that sometimes the people asking the questions can bring just as much conflict as the contestants, and honestly, we are here for it. These Love is Blind reunions have become crazy shows we can't stop watching. All the drama from the season gets squeezed into one wild episode. We're all glued to our screens waiting to see who's gonna say what. It's changing how we watch the whole show too. Now we are always looking for those little moments, those side eyes and whispers that might blow up later. We are like detectives trying to figure out who's really there for love and who's just chasing fame. Did you hear about Season 8? They are filming it in Minneapolis, dropping on Valentine's Day 2025. Perfect timing, right? They even gave us a sneak peek of some new singles during the Season 7 reunion. You know there's gonna be some juicy stuff happening. I wonder what kind of secrets we will uncover in Minnesota. I am already excited to see what happens. These reunions keep getting wilder, and I am here for every messy moment.